Welcome back to the Who's at the Gates podcast. I, of course, am your host, Casey Phoenix, and we are powering through this, what we call Mercury retrograde, because we had to restart because it's acting funny. It's doing stuff. It's trying to sabotage our show, but we will keep on going. And of course, with me, I have the gregarious, always enchanting, and sometimes known to her coworkers as the Invisible Woman, Diana.
Wow, just had to whack me again. Y'all, I'm gonna make my presence known, and you're not gonna like it. That's all I have to say.
Oh goodness. But I see you, Diana. I always see you. I never miss you. Anytime you're around, I know you're there. And I'll never accuse you of not being there.
Thank you. The shade, but thank you. I'll take it. I'll take it versus this BS.
Good times. And speaking of being there and always present, this bullshit. See, I was getting ready to cuss. I had to catch myself. These shenanigans with Dani and Bill or whatever. With this whole, we're doing a still with Dani and Pamela. Just to be clear, everyone, I did not care for today's episode, and I'm ready to throw my tide out the window, if we're being completely honest, because we ended up with more anticlimactic stuff, and I'm like, why are we here? But we're doing the still with Dani and Pamela. Of course, they started off discussing Eva's boyfriend, Isaiah, and then they started discussing Bill. I don't too much care for this scene. I just feel like, okay, Dani, we get it. Great. Pamela's telling her to contextualize. It doesn't change anything. When you decide to confess to Andre, great. Diana, you got
it. First of all, they weren't describing Isaiah. They're describing Sterling K. Brown. Let's reconfirm that. They were not describing Isaiah. Second of all, yeah, it's just more Dani trying to justify her actions, I think, right? Like, well, I did it because I didn't know what was going to happen. Ma'am, you were in the elevator for 15 minutes. It was like, it was not that bad. You could have waited, but you didn't. It was like a thing of self-control, right? And so that's what's kind of frustrating about all of this. And like Pam, I think she was being a good friend in the scene. I think we all deserve of a friend like Pam, which is, kind of gently putting Dani in her place and reminding her, like, girl, you do not want to do it. Don't go back there, move along. But I think what we didn't hear, right, was I need to tell Andre. So in this entire episode too, right? It's just Andre being like, I love my wife. No. What a joke, truly.
Yeah, and that's what he will be once it comes out. She's talking about, I don't want to hurt him. Well, girl, you better get it over with now instead of later, because it'll be worse. Okay, where is this? By the way, we're doing this live, everyone. Let me see. Yeah, okay, I guess we can discuss this. You know what? Let's just play this one right quick.
You think my social justice warrior sister who cried when she stepped on a snail in 3rd grade wants to slaughter goats?
Well, she doesn't have to slaughter them. It could be an ethical goat farm where she uses their milk to make artisanal cheeses and organic skincare products.
I'd actually support that. Goat cheese is fire.
Exactly.
I thought if I escaped to get myself a drink, you guys would be done talking about this. I'm sure Naomi didn't call this last-minute meeting to talk about goats.
Either way, we're about to find out.
Hi, family. Hi, Martin. Thank you guys for coming on such short notice.
Of course, cuz. What's going on?
Well, I'm not gonna dance around it. I've tested positive for the BRCA gene.
We could go like to the other parts of it, but I just wanted to at least get it out there. I will say about the scene that I do like Kat was the first to come to Naomi's defense. Like, I get why you don't want to tell anybody about your business because everybody gets in your business once they find out. So I get it. Chelsea was like, I thought we were sisters. You could at least told me. And Martin is just like, I'll support you with whatever. Not thrilled about it, but here we are. Diana, you got it.
Yeah, I think that's a cute scene. It was a cute cousin scene, and I like what it turned into later. But yeah, it was. I think, I appreciated Kat's perspective, which is these people are going to force you to do things you do not want to do against your will to save people you do not want to be saved or don't deserve to be saved. So, again, glad that Kat's giving people that gentle reminder. Martin, I mean, I'm like, why are you here? Like, I just whatever. Go home.
Yeah, you know what? Is there a whatchamacallit in here? Like, hold on, I'm looking. You know what? Let's get to this first, right quick. So, over. This is fine.
If you need anything at all. You know what? Even if you don't, I am going to text you to make sure nothing has changed. That part, Bill Hamilton, is non-negotiable.
Yes, ma'am. You're so good to me. Yeah. And thank you for, just letting me handle this my way and not turning it into a whole situation. I appreciate you.
Good to see you back, Bill. Especially after Naomi swooped in and started issuing orders like she runs the place.
Okay, well, that sounds like my cue. I will see you both later.
Okay. Tell me something, Tomas. Do you have a problem with taking orders from my daughter?
It's not that I have a problem taking orders from your daughter.
No? Then what is it?
I just assumed I'd be handling things, like last time.
Like when I was in the hospital dealing with my stroke or when Chelsea was kidnapped?
I stepped up both times, and I did a damn good job.
I know, which is why I rewarded you with a promotion, Tomas. You know, there's still one lesson that you have yet to learn. When the prosecution throws you a curveball, you don't run to the judge and whine about fairness. You pivot, and you stay in the damn game.
I don't have a problem working with Naomi. I have a problem working for her. I put in the sweat equity, earned the trust of the partners and the staff, went head-to-head with Pauline for that junior partner slot and won. But I can't compete with nepotism.
Thanks for coming to dinner.
Am I missing something? I just don't know. I really, really don't. I'm like, what? I was expecting more. Did the hospital change Bill or something where he's like, I'm no longer overreacting, I'm more in a Zen mode? Because the Bill I know, where if this would have happened before, he would have chewed Tomas out, especially second guessing his directive to put, because Bill was the one who told Naomi to go check on things and stuff. And the Bill I know would have felt like Tomas was second guessing his judgment and would have flew off the handle. Why are we here and you are pouring this man a drink? It doesn't match the character. Dani, you got it.
That's funny because I thought, oh wow, Bill's actually being like a pretty, like, more of a boss than Tomas deserves, because he basically gave him some good advice towards the end. Like, I don't think we see it this scene, but you got to try a different way type of deal, like, it doesn't mean you're out. You just have to try hard, just, it's not going to go the way you think it is. I lost a lot of even more respect for Tomas in this instance. Like, was he wrong? Not necessarily, right? With calling out the nepotism, in that situation, you're never going to win. him complaining to it about his boss and head of HR, Bill Hamilton, I don't know what that's going to do for you and what you think complaining is going to do. And I just think like this is just like another ego thing, right? Like he says it's not because Naomi's a woman. I don't think he even brought up gender, but it's just like, oh, is it an issue with Naomi? It's just like, no, I just worked hard. But it's just like ego. It's just ego all the time. And even him bringing up Kat to Bill, it's just like, he's still like, well, it didn't go the way I wanted. It's just like, dude, no wonder no one likes you. Just go away.
It's just, I was expecting something else, especially if the conversation had went different with Naomi, like if it was a little bit more civil with Naomi, then I would have been like, okay, whatever. But because of how poorly he treated Naomi, and maybe that's the element we're missing here, of how poorly he treated her during that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I'm being extra sensitive. Maybe he didn't treat her poorly. Maybe it was just a regular conversation and he was just very, very direct and so on and so forth. Maybe I'm missing something. It's just in my mind, if Bill's daughter, who is also an attorney, and I know you'll chuckle when I say this, but is also an accomplished attorney, who walks into
I didn't know what you were gonna say. I was like, oh, okay. We're just lying now, but all right.
She walks into the office and says, my dad has given me a directive to just make sure everything's on the up and up. Dude, all you had to do was say, okay, great. I've already started working on this, and that. I can give you a quick list of some of the things that I've already tackled. Here are some of the things that might be outstanding. Let's circle up for a quick 15 when you have a moment, and then we can reconcile what's what and then move forward on next steps. Okay, great. That approach did not happen. It was like, bitch, why are you here?
Mm-hmm.
That was his approach. So you're telling me that he's supposed to be rewarded with advice after how he treated Naomi, which was still Bill's directive. It was Bill's directive. And we just get this calm teaching moment like we're on a freaking afternoon special. That doesn't work for me. But
I mean, to me, this felt natural too, just because Bill, I feel like, is a lot easier on the men in his life than he is the women. So I don't want to say like sexism is involved in this, but also like, I don't know. It's just, he's just like, it's almost like he's like, Tomas, come on, you're a man. You kind of understand how this goes, yada, yada. It's just, it's like, it's a boys club.
Okay. Yeah, there's some truth in that. Because there's intentional and unintentional actions.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it is more unintentional with the boys club. I don't necessarily believe it's intentional. I believe it's unintentional by default of human nature for him, is how I could look at that.
Yeah, I mean, I think here. See, I don't want to give Bill credit. That's also another problem, because I'm just like, well, Bill's an accomplished attorney. He has a prestigious firm. He's not going to just hire anybody. But I'm like, Bill also can't see that he's being poisoned by a woman that doesn't even wear like a bra at the office. Like I'm like, I can't give him too much credit. Or actually, I don't know if we're going to play the scene. Or do you think we're going to play the Hayley scene when she's confronting Kat? Naomi and
Oh,
Chelsea?
yeah, we can definitely play that.
Yes. Kat, I'm just all, spoiler, Kat nailed it. So maybe that's what it is.
I'm so over this whole Tomas thing. And we'll go past that, 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 go past that. Okay, before we get to the whole Hayley thing, we'll just do a steal on this, because this was a hot ass mess. Campaign photographer Really?
What do you mean?
You just think that this man is so international. What was old boy's name from Young and the Restless when Dani and Andre were somewhere? Was it Jack Abbott?
So.
I think Jack or
Yeah.
Jake. I always get the name mixed up. It's Jack or Jake. Let's just say the Abbotts. He is so well known that the Abbotts from the Young and the Restless know who he is by name. That's how known Andre is as an international photographer. And you fix your mouth to say, hey, Andre, I would love it if you were my campaign photographer. Like, what? He really didn't think that through. And for Andre to be like, oh, well, my schedule, instead of being like, see, I was getting ready to say something else that was going to get us a community strike. Ninja, please. Like, you come.
Tide, you can still send me stuff. I'm still PG. Except not out of these calls.
You will come to me. That is boy, I wish. Oh, I wish. That is straight some, yeah. My cat Williams is starting to take over. But I can't. Diana, you got it.
So, my bad, y'all. So I am Martin's new campaign coordinator and kind of forgot to get a photographer on the list. Like, my bad. Mistakes happen, you guys. Mistakes happen. So is it my fault that Martin has to scramble for a photographer like a month before an election? 2 months, right? I mean, we're thinking this is real time, July, August, September, November. Yeah, maybe. Is it deserved? Yes. This to me was out of left field, to be quite honest. I'm just like, why? Like, they really contrived this to get these two together. And I'm not mad at it because I do like when characters that don't normally speak to each other do, or have scenes together. So, I'm not too mad at this, but it's just like the blind lead the blind. Like, both of y'all don't know what's happening in your relationships. Both of you guys give terrible advice. Both of you guys treated Kat poorly, and both of you guys deserve what's coming to you.
Oh, goodness.
Justice for Laura.
Wow. T-shirts available soon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that. After I saw that, I was just like, you know what? We're good. Hold on. Okay.
Deanna spent a semester abroad in Tuscany.
I chose this bottle because it was one of your favorites when you and Dad came to visit.
Joey's been there too. He told me all about his adventures. You two probably hit some of the same spots.
Well, I tried to immerse myself. Local markets, late suppers. You strike me as more of a museum and postcard type. Touristy things.
I actually prefer the local stuff as well. The hill towns and the Pienza, cafes in Monte Folonico. It's okay if you don't know them. Don't be embarrassed.
What is everybody ordering? Baby, the lamb here is incredible.
Here's a random thing. You showed me a Tuscany magnet when we were going through Doug's things in my condo. You must have given that to him after your trip?
We're ready to order now.
When I tell you this was all types of mess, this was probably one of the biggest letdowns since I've been watching the show. This was a complete waste of time. It was a complete waste of writing. Why were we here? That's what I don't get. She said she was going to nail him. And this is what I'm talking about. That was, she said, Daddy, I'll get him there. I'm going to nail it. Okay. Dinner happens. You even do your little practice before the dinner, talking about how Joey was the one that was responsible for Doug's death. All right. And then we have the dinner. You take whatever bag Joey gave you. Maybe that's literally and figuratively. And then it's just like, okay, you'll stomp on the bag. All right, great. But what else are you supposed to be doing? I thought we were nailing Joey at this dinner tonight. So again, we were promised something and given nothing. I'm starting to feel like there's a pattern here, and this is getting frustrating. So I'm just ready for Joey to have her committed or whatever he's about to do to her. Because it's like, girl, if you're not about to step up and do what you say you're going to do, then why are you here? That's what I'm looking at. Diana, you got it.
Yeah, she, to be fair, I get, let me start by saying this. When she was in that booth, she was like talking to herself and she's like, no, you're right, Daddy. I shouldn't go all in. I need to like let them feel safe. And then in the next scene, Joey's like, I think she's playing, or no, she's like, I'm going to play the long game. And then next scene, he goes, I think she's playing the long game. Right. So I feel like it's supposed to be a cat and mouse game, but it's not necessarily done well. And I hate to say that, but yeah, it seems like it's prolonged. It seems like, okay, Deanna, what exactly are you going to do? It doesn't feel like a tense build up, right? Like this dinner didn't necessarily feel like any progress was made on either end. So
yeah, it didn't feel like she had leverage. I'm like, that was the whole, if you're saying you're nailing someone, you're implying that you have leverage. That if you're saying, I'm going to nail him at the dinner or whatever. Okay, well, what are you bringing to the dinner? Are you bringing another letter? Are you bringing a witness? Did Lynette see something and you ended up talking to Lynette and you found where she was at and it was like, hey, I'm bringing her to the dinner or whatever? I don't know. Honestly, don't care. The only thing I care about is you delivering on what you promised you would deliver on.
Yeah,
And
I mean, it was a letdown. I mean, and it's just like, the writers framed it that way for, it's like, oh, tune in, something major is going to happen, and it didn't happen.
yeah, I just, this is, I don't know. What's the next thing? Are we at the cat Naomi thing?
Okay. I'll say this. What I was hoping for, though, was for Deanna to play it a little bit more cool and not bring up Doug. Maybe like one comment and that's it at most, and not even like this whole big thing, but it just to put Joey in a place to put him as the bad guy, because then it put pressure on Vanessa, right? It's like I was hoping it was going to be like kind of a repeat of that dinner with Nicole, Joey, and what's his name? Dr. Claire. Yeah, there you go. I was like, what do you call him?
Okay, here we go. Let's see. Because we don't care about Tomas anymore. Okay. Fine, this is fine here.
I just learned that my dad checked himself out of the hospital against medical advice, and you're just fine with that?
I couldn't stop Bill if I tried. He wanted to get back to the office.
Right, because collapsing during a deposition is usually a green light to clock back in.
I mean, seriously, are you trying to kill Bill? I came over here to be civil. His health scare should be pulling this family together, not turning it into a firing squad.
Just because you're married to their dad, it does not make you family.
Oh, I see donating part of your liver didn't upgrade your personality. You're still catty as ever.
Excuse me, Mrs. Hamilton. Your esthetician's ready.
You're right there.
Wow. Drinks and spa appointments.
Enjoy your facial. We'll go check on Dad and make sure he hasn't keeled over during your exfoliation.
You do that.
What does Dad see in her?
I submit Exhibit Double D into evidence.
And there you have it.
Kat told us what did Bill, why is Bill blind by Hayley? Just plain and simple.
Oh goodness. Well, no lies detected at all. No lies detected. I think it's funny though, because Bill is the one who told her, like, just go away and give me some peace. Let me do what I'm doing. And again, this man is supposed to be in the hospital in a coma, and he's over here giving advice to Tomas and doing paperwork. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of giving the side eye to a lot of things right now, is what I'm doing. Yeah, that was really it. Anita and Vernon weren't even in this episode today, actually. Yeah, most of the people, the Smitty and Martin thing, I was kind of like, on that. Let's see, what was after this? Yeah, they started talking and stuff, and I'm just like, oh, okay, great. I think something's coming for them. I do believe they're about to run into a bumpy road.
I think so too, and Martin's not at all aware.
Yeah, I think because Smitty was looking at that article about why did he end the press conference early or whatever. And I feel that someone might start digging again, and that may create an issue between Martin and Smitty. And I also feel like there may be something that may affect Smitty's career as well, like his credibility too, especially if there's something major, where I'm sure some people would be able to understand where it's like, oh, you were sitting on all this information, but at the same time, that is your husband. So of course you're not about to put him on blast like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but then some people would be like, regardless, husband or not, it was still your responsibility. You had an obligation as a journalist to put it on blast. So some people might be going down that road. I'm not fully sure what's coming, but I feel like something's coming that is about to affect them.
Yeah, I feel like it's Martin that's oblivious. It's Smitty that's wants his budding journalism career. I'm not gonna lie, and someone put me in check, but when they're still covering the whole, what is it? The vampire. What's his name? The Impaler.
Oh, the Impaler, which is yet to be found. And then Joey's sister came and visited for a holiday, like she was here. Not even here. The people who came for the World Cup were here longer than she was. So I'm just like, so no more Impaler, I guess, too. But yeah, go off.
Right. Well, him being like, "Ooh, let me talk to Hayley," and that was a whole lot of nothing. See, that was also another thing where I'm just like, what was the point of this?
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I feel like they're doing the Avengers thing, which has been one of the biggest complaints. Like, why are we putting all this together piecemeal, last minute for this franchise? And again, I just feel like they're taking a bunch of scenes and like, okay, let's create this. This seems like this will be it. Putting it together. They're not giving the impression that they're thinking down the road. And maybe I'm missing it, or maybe the execution just isn't there to imply that they're thinking about down the road, or maybe we just need to have more faith in the writers. I don't know. But whatever we were getting before, we're not getting it now.
Agree. I mean, it's definitely the calm before the storm. You told me that before with Leslie. I was like, I need to see her and Eva in jail, and you're like, something's coming. Don't worry. Like,
yeah, well, that is almost inevitable to a certain degree. I doubt the writers will let them off the hook. And again, I don't necessarily feel it would be Eva, but I do feel it would be Leslie. And the ideal situation is Leslie, evidence is finally produced. Leslie does go to jail, but she gets off on a technicality. And it will make it even better if the technicality is Kat having touched evidence or done this or done that. And stuff. So I could see that coming. But my thing is that it just doesn't feel like they're setting it up to connect to something. Or maybe it's just gotten slower. I don't know. It's just, it feels off. Maybe it's Mercury retrograde. Maybe by, because it goes direct on the 23rd and then post retrograde ends on like August the 7th, I think. So maybe by August the 8th, which happens to be the Lion's Gate, by the way. But maybe by August 8th, things will make sense. I don't know. It's just right now, this isn't making sense for me.
Yeah, I'm curious. Tomorrow's Friday, new week soon. I'm curious. I can't wait to see what's on next week.
Yeah, anyways, so on that note, everyone, thank you so much for bearing with us and tuning in. We were really giving this episode the side eye and doing what we could to salvage all of this. So yeah, always don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you to the new subscriber who just subscribed as well recently off of the episode that was uploaded this morning. And yeah, I can't think of anything else. We're about to get going. And until next time.
Bye.